as quickly as we went to this break, we're back from this break, I guess. Game 1 was done, so we do have the recording right by hand, and we are ready to jump straight into it. So let's not wait any further and get right into Game 1 of tonight, Hitmonli versus Red Lions.
I love it. Just dancing to the music while we wait. It's so cool. Every single time. Yeah, we're in game finally, and with that, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first game of the evening. Red Alliance against Hitmonli. And we didn't saw the draft live, but we can just quickly try to reconstruct the draft. Started with Yon top lane, Yon first pick into Malphite Ezreal. Both got counterpick kinda with Silas and Kalista. Who does he get out?
Yep.
Probably. And then Yuumi as last rotation from the first pick phase. Then they did the Cassiopeia into Brent and Braum into Gray's last pick. So essentially, I kind of like the Malphite in Yon, but then of course you kind of get counterpicked with Silas just getting a really good ultimate from the start.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course Kalista can play kind of aggressively against an Ezreal. So it's I really like how Hitmonli tried to punish the draft from Red Lion. But Red Lion, especially if you remember last team comp, where they played Ornn with double good, with double front line, double good carry, and a good support. It's basically the same. You have a Malphite now against two scaling carries with Yuumi. So yeah, Red Lion just stays to their playstyle.
Yes, absolutely, and that is good to see. Stick with what works. We also have a swap as it looks. We have the Malphite in the mid lane going up against the Silas, while Cassiopeia will be going up against the Yoni.
Yeah, and that's it's just a little bit crazy in my mind, because usually you would say Malphite got picked against the Yon, but now he wants to swap into this matchup. Just because they think that Cassio maybe fits better as a lane opponent against Yon, because he cannot dash then. Yeah. So I like the decision, and actually this Silas Malphite matchup, like you see at the moment, is good because of he can steal ultimate, but isn't as strong as some people expect. Of course, Malphite usually wants to build armor, and he can't really build armor against Silas, but he can at least try to clap him and even try to win this lane matchup. So it's kind of spicy that they swapped it.
Yeah, and I actually think, I don't know, about the Silas versus Cassiopeia matchup, how would that look like, you think?
I think it's good for Cassio as well. You can always try to punish him. You can even with your miasma stop him from dashing. So I think she's fine in both matchups. I think they are both fine in both matchups. So they didn't need to swap, but they did it, and I think that they swapped with a clear vision why they would swap. So I think they have a clear plan, and they try to execute a plan. So I think that shows that Red Lion definitely has something up their sleeves.
Yeah, most definitely. Both also have TP as you'd expect, so they do always have the possibility of moving around the map. I really like what's going on the bot lane here for Hitmonli right now. They are playing this very aggressively, as you've mentioned just earlier, and they're doing quite a good job of it. Pushing the bot lane of Red Lions on the turret, maybe Lubu. And Blackmagic going for the catch here. Chains are dodged. We have the first one on the bot lane, meanwhile. That does go for Red Lions, but Ziki's getting really low. He might get the double kill against Ognat. Yes, he does! Ognat Oknum. It's really hard to say that name.
Yeah, that's right. And now they even try to go for this little 1v2, but in the end, Fran just stops chasing. And Wildpipe, and I said that this matchup is probably not really good for the Esri because Kalista is such a strong lane opponent, but they still won the 2v2, so well played to Seki and Rainer des Igor. They definitely do a good job right now.
Yeah, but have to be careful because Lubu is still just around the corner. Now Zedogl is back in. Flash in from Lubu. Flash out from Zeke. Yes, he's starting to get reloaded. Keep the pressure going. Kill does go to the AD carry of Hitmonli. They do go for the slide tower dive. Shutdown money goes to him as well. So in the end, a 2-4-2.
I kind of jinxed them with saying that they played a good lane so far.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, and that's the power of Kalista, right? She can just run you down with those rend stacks, and I believe that I had to try to get out of Ezreal to block skill shot from Brand, but in the end, then just got chased down by Kalista. So, and maybe Zek with a faster flash or something could have done more. Or something to get back in the game, and now the ground is even for both sides. Both ADCs have 2 kills, so basically gold should be even as well. And now we see Tantra Rookie at the crops.
Oh yeah, those are terrible for Graves. I mean, it's just gotta be quite annoying to have the small mites in your way when you're just trying to clear it. But oh well, still getting on with that, already having 2 of the grubs done, should be finishing the 3rd one just about now. Yes, here we can see that. And overall not, because Lubu was in the bot lane. He had this bot lane pressure, now he did something there, while keeping quite well into CS, which is to be expected. Brand clearing speed is completely insane. He still did something on the map, he got his objective for his team. So, you know, you give some, but you also take some, right?
Yeah, and now they swapped the matchup back, by the way. So now we see Amaterasu back in his mid lane. And with Drow, those 3 on the top lane against Yone. And I really like that they took down those crops, because there we had solo bolo. No, not a solo bolo, but a kill. Because those crops really help those laners to deal with the turrets, because usually Malphite isn't really a tower pushing dude, but with those spots he usually goes on the side lane, right? But he is not a split pusher, but he usually needs to stop a split pusher, so he is sometimes on turrets, and with that he just has more pushing power. Same goes for Cassiopeia. Usually she's not a split pushing monster, but with those crops she can definitely take down turrets a lot faster. And Ezreal as well. So normally you have those ADCs, those flashy ADCs with tons of attack speed, like a Kalista, like a Tristana, who just takes down turrets in no time, or like Caitlyn, for example, in an early game. But Ezreal usually, yeah, he has some attack speed, but just if he stacks those spells, and with that he can just take those turrets down a little bit faster.
Tensions are rising here at the Drake as Red Lions start doing it. Hitmonli, numerical disadvantage, isn't able to engage, but now they do. Blind Magic is just around the corner. 3 people hit by the Kalista ulti. Drake confirmed by Tundra Rookie, but the team fight is on now as the first one is to fall here on the sides of Red Lions, and the second one, Sedokl, being on a killing spree. They now pick up the AD carry as well. And that is already 3 kills in this matchup for Drake in favor of Hitmonli.
Yeah, and especially those 2 kills now on Friends look really, really spicy.
Careful, the 1v1 here from Tundra Rookie versus the mid laner of Hitmonli with the Yumi ultimate, but careful. Lubu just around the corner with the CC. Is Tundra Rookie going to be able to escape? He is really low. Will die at the hands of the Brand player.
Yeah, just another one bites the dust in the team of Red Lion. And with that, a big lead now, almost 6k gold. 3k gold for Hitmonli, which looks really, really hard now to play for Red Lion. I mean, there is a scaling comp, so there is still room to scale up, but like we know that Yone scales good as well, for example, and especially the Silas with the Malphite ult, with the Cassie ult. There are plenty of good ults for him, so they will scale well as well. So I think that looks really good for Hitmonli. And the last team fight at the Drake, we already saw one problem with this team comp from Red Lion, because last time they played this front to back team comp, they had like 2 tanks, and then the front to back is kind of easy to play, just sitting behind those tanks. But Tundra rookie just was with the was killing the Drake, so he was in the pit, so he wasn't really frontlining, and Malphite of course wasn't there. So it was a really easy engage onto both carries, and then they could just win the team fight.
It's definitely playing their cards right. And who got the kills is also really good, because you can see 3 kills on the AD carry is always beautiful to see. 3 on that brand is also not too bad, because he can dish quite a lot of damage as he starts getting that money in. Top lane, classic 1v1, but careful because Thunder Rocky just around the corner to confirm the kill on Yorick Ovens. Use Fate Sealed in order to escape, get some more damage in with that, as now Lu Bu comes in to maybe finish off 2 players of Red Lions, but no, they do get away with quite just a little bit of a health.
Yeah, and Yorick Ovens a little bit slow on those combos with the ultimate flash into ultimate, but then got instantly stopped by the Malphite. So well played by Red Lion. It was a good gank, and in the end they just punished Yon. But you need to see that Yorick Ovens still has like plenty of CS lead, right? It's like 40 CS. It's almost like 4 waves or something, 4 to 5 waves, which he is just in the lead. So he definitely does a good job here.
Oh, Fate's Call does not hit here. Now we have the final chapter. Glacial Fissure being procced. Shadow Glass to be careful. He's starting to get really low. With the rent, does get the confirmation on Zeki. Yumi alone is not going to finish off this AD carry.
Too many spears sticking into Zeki. And in the end they even lose this crop on the top lane. Both, all 3 of them. So well played by Lu Bu. And Hitmonli really looks dominant right now in this game, but now they at least probably get a kill here.
It should be able to get the kill on Citadel with the TP coming in from Live Magi, which is a bit too hopeful, I would say, for the life of the AD carry. He is in a 1v2 situation. True Shot Barrage does not hit. That's quite a bit of damage that he is able to not get. And he still gets away alive, which is not too bad for a 1v2 situation.
Yep. He is just way too tanky for Tundra Rocky to really take him down. In the end, still another kill. They even got this big shutdown onto him, so well played by Red Lion, who kinda bounced back.
Nice petrifying gaze here from Amaterasu onto Yorick Ovens, but the damage is still here between him and the support of Hitmonli. Now Sedokl is there to pick up that kill.
Yeah, but still, was a good 1v2 situation for Amaterasu. In the end, he dies and now sits in 1-3-1, 0-3-0. But there's still hope, maybe, with this little engagement as well.
3 people, the CC does go through. Black Magi now around the corner. Hitmonli now in numerical advantage. Decide to push further in. Double kill to Sedokl, who is just on the spree this game, you gotta say.
Yeah, definitely. This Kalista pick already works out for him. And like I said, this early Astral pick blind is always a little bit risky because of those Kalista players who can just punish you in the lane like that. And now they are just snowboarding out of control. And I mean, Hitmonli is 0-3 or something, or 0-2 right now, but they look so good in this game. Definitely they are bouncing back from what the standings at the moment are saying.
I really like what's Hitmonli definitely starting to wake up slowly. In a good position now, 3k gold ahead, tied with the Drakes, tied with the Void Grubs. Not too bad currently for the, I would say, underdog of this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. But they kind of don't look like the underdog right now. They do so many great plays. Lu Bu and of course Sedokl just playing out of their mind. And even though Black Magi is a little bit down in CS, he still has those 6 assists, for example, so he should be even with the Cassiopeia, or maybe even ahead. Now the next phase check.
Yes, they do go in here. Nice unstoppable force from Bowser, who gets the two players of Hitmonli. Tandaruki able to dish out some damage in backline, but Hitmonli now around the corner to turn around the situation in favor of the blue team. Two-shot barrage is out, and he does get the kill on Bowser. Petrifying Gaze is avoided here by Lubu. Now with Sedokal right around the corner with support, they're able to re-engage, get a lot of damage onto Zeke. Rente Ziegel is just a bit too late to the fray. And with that, 3 members down of Red Lions, and Hitmonli can take this top lane turn, maybe even the kill on Tandaruki, who decides to go for the 2v2 here. Quite a lot of damage falling onto Blive Magi thanks to the blind. Very nice tank here from Randy Ziegels. Ooh, good shield.
Yeah, that was a good skill shot block by Edgar. In the end, I think both teams wanted too much in those situations. First, this really overcommitment by Yon with the ultimate, and then they needed to get away from Red Lion, but then Red Lion kind of overchased a little bit, and in the end got punished by Hitmonli. So at the moment, this is a back and forth from both sides, but Hitmonli coming on top with this big gold lead right now. And even with some objectives on their sleeves.
Yes, they are keeping this lead. Red Lions having a rough time to find their footing, and it's not lack of effort, because they are looking for the catches here and there. But you've got to say, Hitmonli is just super quick on the feet, and they just keep the pressure going. Sedokal is getting pretty low here, but they are still able to manage the situation on the bot lane. Bowser alone in the 1v2 situation is going to die at the hands of Yorigowans.
No, that was an important kill, just to get Yorigowans a little bit back into the game. But in the mid lane we had a brief 2v2 there, and Zeki actually hitting a lot of skill shots and almost killing Sedokal there, so that was kind of a huge play by them, and now they maybe even get the full turret.
Glacier Fisher onto Tandaruki. They're able to defend the turret, but tensions are high, and we can see the damage is still very much present on sides of Red Lions. So
yeah, definitely the Sense Reaver is doing some work on this Ezreal. They lose their second turret now to Yorigowans on the bot lane, so a lot more gold coming in. Almost 6k, and now at least the Red Lions get a 1 turret back, their first one.
Down the mid lane, Lubu getting really low here. This went quite fast. I was putting on my glasses, and it's just a bunch of damage that flew there.
That was kind of almost a one-shot there on. Oh, again, good shot.
Sedokal in a very tough situation here. It's supposed to flash away thanks to the CC of his teammates. Is able to survive. Good reaction from Lubu there.
Yeah, I think without the stun onto Graves, maybe even the ultimate of Graves could have killed Sedokal there. So in the end, really good stun by Lubu. And this game still, it kind of feels even though it isn't even. So Red Lion keeps up their chances just by good team fights there, especially by Zeki. But yeah, it should get harder and harder.
You heard Zeki in the interview. The Lions are hungry, and when you're hungry, you're still looking to get some food here. And they definitely are doing a good work of doing so, but Hitmonli decides to keep the pace up as they go once again for the 2v1 situation onto Bowser in order to allow this push to go on bot lane. They're not able to finish him off, but he is already mid-life. Drake is also up.
And I wanted to catch him with this teleport on the sideline to get one catch to then start a Drake, but in the end they couldn't kill him, but it's still enough pressure that they now can start. Oh, they stopped the hit recall.
Oh, and with that they do catch the enemy jungler, and that is just a bit more assurance in order to take this. Drake did use the stolen ultimate from the Malphite, but a kill is a kill, and a second Drake is also a very good thing to have.
Yeah, just another one for the kill score, and then of course one more object, and now maybe a big all in here. There's no mana on Amaterasu, so G could definitely win it.
His forceful back dodges the chains, and with the wave might be a bit more of a secure situation, but Blamaji is at his trail. Very nice dodge, flashes in, and with that he seals the fate of the mid lane of Red Lions, now joined by their support. Rift Herald also being done in the meantime. You gotta give it to Hitmonli. They're just really good at putting pressure somewhere and taking an objective in the meantime.
Yeah, just a good solo kill there by G. And of course, I mean, he saw that Amaterasu had no mana and that he was pretty overstayed without the turret. So that's why he could just run him down, even though there was the cavalry already on their way, but he didn't need them. And with that, we reached those 6k now for Hitmonli, which is a big lead in 20 minutes. So you already see that most of them have 2 items already completed. We see the total goal of all of those players right now with almost 2k on most lanes at least. Yes. So, and I think the richest guy on the Rift at the moment is Sudoku. With his Kalista 8 kills, crazy performance right now, has his 2 big item power spikes. So this Kalista actually crushing people right now, and even a big BF sword now in the inventory. So with that he has even more punch.
Yeah, absolutely. Some extra AD. We at Get Up to have a bunch of swords when you throw spears around, but who am I to judge? I'm sure it's efficient. Of course, the logic of the items is always very funny to imagine.
Yeah, just imagine having 6 BF swords in your inventory.
Yeah, and then not using a single one, just throwing spears. I was going to say...
Or just being a character with no hands, like a Vel'Koz or something. How should he even use them?
True. Telepathically, to be fair.
Probably. Or with his tentacles. It was a really bad example because, I mean, those are kind of like arms, but like hands. You could just... But anyway. Baron is there. So maybe we see a dance around the Baron, especially with this Kalista and those spears. You can always secure the Baron with the Rend. So that could be one possibility now for Hitmonli.
Yeah, and with their overall lead, I mean, they are in a position, yeah, and they do ping it, and it looks like they are going for it indeed. I mean, they are most definitely in a good position to do so. They have a great distraction going on bot lane here with that Rift Herald, but I think Red Lions should slowly start having an idea of what is going on there. The question is, will they be able to react in time? It seems like they are none the wiser.
Yeah, they have no clue that this Baron has got taken down by Hitmonli. And with that, the lead gets bigger and bigger. And probably Drake will be soon spawning in like maybe 1 or 2 minutes. So that should be the next objective for both teams, even though the Soul isn't really like the strongest in the world, but definitely usable for both teams. And they can just try to set up a 1-3-1 at the moment, just placing Baron buff on every single lane and then just trying to keep up the pressure to then finally get those final tier 1 and tier 2 turrets, especially this tier 1 turret in the mid lane. Is kind of important to open the map, so they should definitely try to play around it.
Yes, and gotta say it, Ziki has been doing a good job of defending it so far together with Ito. And overall, his performance on this Ezreal is still very solid. I mean, he's either hitting his ability or really close to doing so. I'm just currently too far behind to be able to properly leverage that.
Yeah, the good thing is he still has 2 items, right? He has his, together with Tundra-Rookie, the only one really has a lot of damage right now in the lineup of Red Lion, so he needs to hit those skill shots. And that's sometimes a bad thing because in Astral, like I said, his read skill should dependent, and especially if he can't hit them, if he has no damage, then the DPS of the team with this Astral is pretty low, and especially against those fat carries on the side of Hitmonli, that could be a bad thing to not take him down in time. So, oh, good catch there.
Yes.
Also fast one.
Yeah, definitely a fast run. I mean, it went in a matter of seconds. Lubu did the Dragon. Meantime, here we have an unstoppable force on the mid lane. Maybe the return kill on Sedogal finally for Red Lions. Are they able? Yes, they do get the shutdown for their jungler to keep the damage going onto the support of Hitmonli. Now he's forced to flash away, but does get away. In the meantime, however, bot lane a carnage being done as the first in him is open, and Hitmonli goes for the Nexus turrets while still trying to win some time here in the mid lane. Are they able to get the second Nexus tower? They just go for the Nexus here as they keep the push going. Bowser all alone decided to go back while the rest of Hitmonli kept a Red Alliance as busy as possible. This Nexus is getting really low. Will they be able to stop Hitmonli? They don't! That's the win for Hitmonli.
What a base race scenario there. Well played by Lubu, who just stopped the recalls again and again. And in the end, they just crumbled down this Nexus after 25 minutes. So, kind of dominant by Hitmonli, who looked really, really strong, and especially against Red Lion, who had a really good showing against Snooze last week. So, I'm really surprised to see Hitmonli winning that like they did in a dominant fashion. So, maybe today is the day where they bounce back. Maybe they take down Roy Fam as well later this day. Who knows? But that's the fourth game. We will have the second game coming up soon with Waze and Snooze.
Yes, absolutely. We will be heading into a short break in order to get that ready and set.